Okay, so we are going to look at solving two-step equations. Okay, so we've already done the one step. Now we're moving on to two-step. So let's look at 3x minus 7 equals 17. We are always trying to get the variable by itself. So remember, I have talked about variable is the good guy. The number touching or with the good guy is a friend, which leaves the negative 7 as a bad guy and the 17 as a bad guy. I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Again, there's our fence. So if I want to get the friends and the good guys, would it make sense to move these 17 bad guys to the same side of the fence? No, we want to boot all the bad guys first. So we're going to protect the friend and the good guy, which tells us we have to get rid of the subtracting 7. We're going to do that by adding 7. So we have 3x equals 24. So we still have the good guy. 3 is the friend. All the bad guys are on the other side. Finally, last step, we are going to boot the friend. So right now we are multiplying by 3, so we are going to divide both sides by 3 and get x to equal 8. As much as you guys hate fractions, this one is also a two-step. It doesn't change. This is still going to be the good guy. This is touching. So this is going to be the friend, which leaves a bad guy and a bad guy. Let's get all the bad guys to one side of the fence. We are adding 6, so we're going to subtract 6 on both sides. I have 1/3 x equals 6. You can do this two different ways. I'm going to write both ways down. You guys have a calculator, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Right now we are multiplying the good guy by 1/3, so we're going to divide by 1/3. That gives you a 1, so it cancels out. And you'd plug this into your calculator of 6 divided by 1/3, and you would get 18. Another thing you could do is to multiply by the reciprocal. So if I am multiplying by 1/3, I could also multiply by the reciprocal of 3/1. 3's cancel, 1's cancel, gives you that 1. So x equals whatever 6 times 3 is. And you get 18. Let's do one more of those. 5 minus 2x equals 12. Ask yourself which one's the good guy, which one's the bad guy, which one's the friend. Bad guy is the number all by itself. This is the number all by itself. Good guy and a friend. So we are going to get rid of the 5 first. A lot of people end up messing this one up because they forget at what sign they're actually looking at. This is an understood adding. So we're actually adding 5, or it's a positive 5. So we can subtract 5 on both sides. Common error is to not bring down the negative. So negative 2x equals 7. Ooh, some people would panic at this point. We are multiplying by negative 2, so we're going to divide both sides by negative 2. 2's cancel. Negatives cancel, so x equals, if this is reduced, you can leave it like negative 7/2. If you put it into your calculator, it may spit out negative 3.5, and it might spit out x equals negative 3.5. All are good answers. So that is how you solve a two-step equation. Actually, actually, I think I'm going to do one more of those. Let's do 3 minus x over 5 equals 4. A little bit harder because it has that fraction in there. So we have the good guy. This is still touching. So that's a friend. Bad guy. Bad guy. We'll subtract 3 on both sides. Do not forget to bring down that negative. So we need to get rid of the 5. So the 5 is dividing. So in order to undo it, I need to multiply. But if I multiply both sides by 5, these would cancel out. But wouldn't that negative still be hanging out there? So I need to instead multiply both sides by a negative 5. That way the 5's cancel out. And a negative divided by or multiplied times another negative gives you a positive. And you with a negative